It's currently 9 p.m. This rice is part of the leftovers, or at least the leftover rice that came from a meal Mom made around 5:15 p.m., which consisted of I think a bag of that rice, freshly cooked balsamic rice, along with some shrimp, which was over. I had some shrimp over this rice. With freshly cooked salmon, peas, and corn all on the side. And then after that initial helping was finished, we shared this meal with me, my mom, and Johnny. I get the feeling that either Johnny brought the garlic powder, the garlic butter powder, or Mom happened to have some in her spice rack. That's in the pantry closet. And after I saw him put some of that on his initial portion, I essentially asked if I could have some. He gave me it, and I put some on my portion, only my sprinkling wasn't as smooth as his, and I had to mix the powder in a little bit. I think I maybe just barely noticed that garlic powder. This leftover rice has the contents from a frozen bag of carrots and peas mixed in. I think that was Mom's way of adding some flavor to the leftover rice. Something like that. After our initial portions, in which I believe Johnny had something similar to me, to what I had at around 5:15 p.m., while Mom had maybe some of the things me and Johnny had, but she also had at least one portobello mushroom pizza, which is essentially having a whole portobello mushroom with some cheese on it. Not something I'm really interested in having. But at least I couldn't really smell it from where I was on the table, even though the prepared portobello mushroom pizzas were on the table. After the initial portion, we all split the leftover shrimp, and so we had all of the shrimp. Earlier around 1 p.m., Mom made me essentially a few over easy eggs. When I asked for sunny side up. They were still fine though. She did over easy instead of sunny side up because she was concerned that if she did pure sunny side up, one side of the eggs wouldn't cook fully. So I always enjoy the eggs when Mom cooks them. And at the time, Johnny enjoyed them too. I had my eggs with a couple of those mild cheddar cheese sticks that we got from Wegmans the other day. Yeah, 1 p.m. That was, I think I got up about 15 minutes to 12 p.m. So I was just barely able to take advantage of the Night Owl chest for Duolingo and do a couple practice sessions, bite-sized practice sessions on the app. And I did a few practice sessions roughly around 8:30 p.m. in order to take advantage of the early bird chest. This was because the week is about to end and for Duolingo, and I want to ensure that I stay on a Diamond League on Duolingo. I'm practicing Spanish on the app. And something that tells me that the practice sessions, at least in the morning, most strongly in the morning, I got the feeling that the practice sessions are a little different on Duolingo. I didn't notice any lip syncing for the characters, but I did notice these cartoons, or maybe these images that pop up when you get on a streak of 5 or 10 correct responses in a row. Yeah, which happens often for me, since I do some practice moving through the lesson tree at a slow pace, generally speaking. I'm currently working on finishing the beaker polystyrene drawing. I recall falling asleep around 7:15 in the morning. And within the first hours of today, I kind of got a bit tripped up. Tripped a little bit, but I didn't fall down as I was heading into the house. Because there's these metal hooks on that particular pair of winter boots. I always remembered there was this pair of winter boots of mine that would trip me up occasionally, but I generally wouldn't fall down because they would snag against the metal hooks that are on the inner sides of the boots. Essentially where they touch when you're standing with your feet to each other. And the little tripping up caused a bit of an impact with the tote bag that was carrying, with which I was carrying beaker, and caused some mild damage. On an edge that connects the back to one of the sides, I believe the right side of the polystyrene drawing. Thankfully, it's not a very detailed polystyrene drawing. The majority of it consists of a lab coat that's just one solid color. And I was able to fix it within minutes of that little accident occurring. I think I told my mom about it around 1 p.m. So hopefully she'll be able to do something so I don't get tripped up on those boots again. I had forgotten about those boots as I hadn't needed to wear them in a long time. As of now, I finished the plaid pattern for the front of the shirt that's beneath the lab coat for Beaker, which for the most part was just me drawing lines using this sky blue Sharpie marker. And then for the square dots, part of that plaid pattern, where there's a sort of square that's created from all the perpendicular lines. And then for the square, you put the dots on the corners of each square. I initially used a default blue ultrafine Sharpie marker. But then I decided that the square dots I was creating in the corners of each square wasn't visible enough, or technically didn't contrast enough. With the sky blue line, so I switched to an ultrafine dark blue Sharpie marker. I don't need these anymore. I'm now on the alumni chapter. I completed this research technology within an hour and a half ago. I think going forward, if I'm going to do a pattern like that, it's going to be easier to do the square dots first and then the lines. I thought of writing that down, but haven't yet. But that thought led me to briefly go into the basement. I think sometime between 2 and 4 p.m. And very quickly I found this blank sketchbook for an art class that, from appearances, I never sketched it. And from what I can tell, it's from 2016, would be my guess, at the latest. Since in the box where I found that, I found a yellow paper folder that was dated to that year. That's what I'm assuming. Either way, I've got it in my room now, and hopefully I'll be able to get some good use out of it. It'll be for writing down notes on things I should remember when doing polystyrene drawings. after I finished the plaid pattern for the front of the shirt in the afternoon, I started working on the details for Beaker's hair using a red ultrafine marker. I should finish that soon, and either today or tomorrow hopefully have the Beaker polystyrene drawing done.